Alright, this is my video section of why you should run from a hurricane. Okay, this is my YouTube section. I'm going to go show you a short section of what happens to a house whenever a hurricane comes through. First of all, as you can tell, this is a whole bunch of mud. I know this is all bright and kind of, overdone in the video, but really, this is all mud everywhere, as you can see. Now we have all my stuff laying out everywhere. Everything here is caked in mud. I'm talking about literally just caked.
See, I bought that rocker, that little table right there, it just fell apart. That was in the kids' room.
That don't surprise me. Everything's flimsy at the moment.
There's some DVD here. Look, Dan. DVD.
All right, I'll
count all these alarm clocks.
I'm about to go through all these one by one in a few.
Okay.
I'm just about to run through this with the video camera.
Okay, go ahead.
The one ceiling that made it so far. Now all this has been cleared, but to get a good idea of what a hurricane will actually do to a room, this would be the room to show you. Whoa, okay, be careful. Okay, you can't see in that room, but you can see in this room. This room is also another good example. This is what we come back to look at whenever the hurricane, whenever we first walked in. This is what it kind of looked like. Insulation was all over everything. This is a type of spray-in foam insulation. Of course, not every home has that. Then, of course, all the plaster and everything and drywall is all on top of that. The doors are almost like paper. They don't seem like it, but they just fold over. Everything is just tossed about. I mean, this is just, like I said, one of the most horrific sights you could possibly have to endure, and some people stayed. Some people had to try to break through this type of wood to try to get out. You have to break out of that. Now, I wouldn't call that wise. I'm not getting on to anybody that did stay. I'm just saying that, really, if you have a choice and you get told a warning, or even if you think it's going to be close, go by your gut instinct and go ahead and get out. I'm going to take you into the bathroom. As you can see, everything's down on the ground. The doors, like I said, were like paper. They just fall over. Fixtures hanging out the walls, laying down on the cabinets. I mean, it's just, this is everything that you own. It's everything that you know. This is, not what you expect to come back to. You expect to come back to something clear, clean, and easy. This is our pool. As you can see, it's pretty dark and nasty. We've got clumps of grass everywhere. This is my backyard. This used to be a pretty backyard with, what is that, grapefruit trees. All of those were real nice. Our swing set stayed. That was about the only thing that stayed in its place. It didn't move 1 inch. Kind of amazing, especially with the types of winds that were out here. But it's everywhere. I mean, and then of course the trees, they're all dying. You know, all the salt water kills plants. So with the plants dying, you don't really have a choice but to hope that any more trees don't fall in your place or anything like that. So I mean, you never know what's going to go on when it comes to hurricane. I just know that if there's anything out there that's powerful enough to push all this grass from one side of a fence to another and push it hundreds of yards or even further, then I don't want to stay. Now that's not scary enough dealing with. I heard from stories that some of the people who did stay and who had us down their roofs or got swept away, I even heard a couple stories of people being swept away and surviving. You have to fight off the gators. You have to fight off, and the other day we caught a 6-foot gator over here. We got some babies down in this gully over here, and there's another 5-footer in here too. On top of that, let's see if I can't show you what I'm talking about. One of the babies is in there. I just saw him. Where did the little guy go to? Hold up. He's right in there somewhere. He's right in there somewhere. So I'm waiting to see the adult one again. That 5-footer, if we can get that 5-footer, that'll be some more meat for us. But look at this. All over there. That's all that same, what that is bamboo. If anybody knows anything about bamboo, bamboo is a really strong plant that it's even hard for a lot of saws to even cut through in a lot of ways. And it's usually a good buffer for storm surge in a way. Probably a good reason why a lot of our houses are actually standing instead of being fallen over. But to think of the magnitude of the strength of this, bamboo is, like I said, really hard to just break down. It's really pliable. That means that it can move back and forth easily without any problem, and usually water wouldn't affect it too hard. This turn it into splinters. Literal splinters. Look at this. It's literal splinters. It splintered it up into tiny, tiny, tiny little pieces. Just everywhere. And I mean, I'm talking about fields of this. So, and then, on top of that, we've got mud everywhere. So this is going to turn into like cement later on, and we'll be picking it up piece by piece. But I thought I would leave everybody a video diary, basically, of why you don't want a hurricane to come into your area and why you should run and not stay. Our house, as we were told by a news crew, is one of the worst houses affected, and from the look of it, I kind of believe them. And the idea of this is to show people that this is scary all around. Not only scary for the fact that, if you're here and you have to live through it, then you have to survive it. But also scary in the fact that once it goes through, you have to still go through the tattered remains of your life and hope that you're able to make it back all right. So it's a scary situation all around, and I'm not alone. There's neighbors that are doing things. I've got other neighbors over here who are doing things. There's not one person in this neighborhood that wasn't affected one way or another. So keep that in mind for anybody who watches this video.